What's up, party peoples? How are we doing? Huh? Welcome to Coffee with Michael, the best print-on-demand live stream every week, the best Coffee with Michael this year, this decade, this week, guaranteed. If you want to get your mind blown, if you want to break your bank's website because your account has so much money in it, if you want to live life on your own terms, break free from the matrix, this is the place to be, people. This is where you can level up, expand your mind, reach new places with your print-on-demand game. Am I right? Am I right? How is everybody today, huh? Super excited. Happy Friday. Good morning from Latvia. What's up? Welcome. Welcome from Latvia. That's awesome. Good morning, Mycel. I hope I said that right. What's up, David? I suppose that could be Michael, too. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. What's going on, Gail? How we doing? Thanks for helping everybody in the chat. Facebook user, Sophie, welcome. What's up? That's how we do it. You were right. I don't know what I said, but I'm sure I was right, whatever it was. Break free from the Matrix? Yeah, I like the Matrix. All right, let's do this. Hello from Kansas City, Missouri. I am also in Kansas City, Missouri. We are probably neighbors. What is up, everybody? All right, let's do this. Today, we're going to be doing product teardowns. This is where I basically take products that you've submitted. I'm going to share them on my screen. We're going to walk through the phrases. We're going to walk through the design and things like that. And I'm going to give you feedback on what you can do to improve. This is a training session, right? It's all of us are going to learn from the experience. And then my hope is that towards the end of the product teardowns, you, the community, can kind of help me tear down some of the others, right? You can help me at the end, provide your feedback on things we can do to improve the message cards. And together we all learn. A high tide lifts all boats. We all win. We all make more money as we move into Q4. You ready? You want to do it? Do me a favor. You know how we kick things off around here. We can't get into the good stuff without doing the toast. The toast is like it's like a what's the word? Sacrimony? My brain's struggling to find the word here. Sacrament? Yeah, there we go. I think that's the word. It's like a sacrament, the digital marketer's toast is, right? This is the thing that makes the world right. It sets it's the reason this is the most popular print-on-demand live stream taking place right this minute. It's the digital marketer's toast. It's the reason people show up week after week after week. It's all right here, baby. It's the digital marketer's toast. Puts Zuckerberg in a good mood. All the people that are in like the office in North Korea that just do nothing but like ban people from Facebook, they're all falling asleep right now. They're getting really drowsy. It's all due to the digital marketer's toast right here, but right here. You ready? Raise up your glasses, mugs, bottles, and flasks. Join me now for the digital marketer's toast. Here's to more conversions, more cash, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs, to higher CTRs, much higher CVRs, to enable ad accounts and big bank accounts, upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, and to the thing that everybody knows, the riches are in the niches, but also your email flows. Are you ready? Cheers, everybody. Drink up. There we go. There we go. So some of you, your phone's lighting up because you're getting sales right now on your store. Some of you might be feeling the tinglies. Some of you may have been stressed out about something all week long. And just for this space, this Coffee with Michael, you're going to feel that thing just kind of lift, right? And you're going to have a good time today. You're going to learn. You're going to expand your mind. You're going to figure out what you need to know to take your game to the next level. Am I right? Oh, yeah. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. There we go. Some tingles. Gail felt them. Somebody feels them every week. All right. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Do me a favor, like the post. Like the post. We do have to make the algorithms happy. So like the post, throw some heart signs at it. Do whatever you do to make posts feel the love. You're giving us a lot of comments. Love the comments. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that fun stuff. We appreciate it every single week. Let's get into the swag winners. The swag winners. Sorry, guys. 1 second here. Okay. Sorry, had something I had to get to. Okay, swag winners and testimonials. Let's get into it. So last week, by the way, Q4 is popping off this year already. We've never seen sales increase as early as they have been. For the last 4 to 5 weeks, we've seen nothing but an uptick in sales week over week over week. We're destroying last year's numbers. It feels like Q4 is already here, the Q4 scale. It's pretty incredible. We've never seen it come this early, but people are seeing a lot of success. We got some really good testimonials this week. This first one's from Alex. 2 months ago, I didn't know anything about ShineOn. Nothing. And went deep, watching hours and hours of every video from ShineOn. So Alex and I probably know each other really well at this point. Keep testing, testing, testing. Consistency will make your goals come true. I don't post this to show my achievement, but to show you how it's possible if you just don't give up. I hope this helps every person starting with this amazing opportunity. Go and get those sales. Look at this. He didn't know anything about ShineOn 2 months ago. He is at $7,200 in revenue. That's absolutely incredible. Alex here is going to have an incredible Q4. If this is the way he started in the last 2 months, his Q4 is going to be absolutely amazing. This will probably be 6 figures at the end of it. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations, Alex. Thank you for sharing your success. You have got some swag coming your way. This next one is from Ed. Never give up, never surrender. I haven't posted in a while, but I wanted to show you that you should never retire old listings. I had 2 Etsy sales this week after turning off marketing 2 weeks ago. These were listed over a year ago, and the largest profit came from an item I hadn't had any prior sales on. Only cost is my Etsy fees. Time to crank up my TikTok ads. Facebook banned me over a year ago, and I still can't get it back. Love ShineOn profits, $292. Thank you for sharing, Ed. Yes, never turn off your old listings. You never know when that passive income is going to come rolling in. Next, we have Trep Life Ace. This is probably the name of the Facebook page. $10,000 in 10 days. Let's keep pushing. Look at that. $1,000 a day right there. $1,000 a day. Absolutely incredible. This is last week, too. You can see the timestamp down here. I'm telling you, everybody, Q4 is here. Now is the time to be testing, to put your products out there in front of the market and see if they'll respond to it. There are a lot of people who are going to make a lot of money this Q4, and I'm telling you, it's here already. We're seeing scale literally week after week. It's been, I think we're on week 5 or 6 now of steady, consistent growth week over week. It's absolutely unbelievable. Let's do it. All right, next is Gary. Welcome to Q4. See, even Gary's feeling it here. Single client, 2 orders back-to-back, $1,634 in order value. That's incredible AOV. Boom. On the screenshot, I share the product types and niches. When I called her to confirm if this was legit, she said, oh, yes, we are just a very big family. Let's go. So look at this. We have 10 granddaughter necklaces right here, 4 more daughter necklaces right here. You got 6 great grandson military something. These might be dog tags. Then you have 4 $40 son gifts right here, and then 7 $40 grandson gifts. That's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is what you get to see during Q4. Am I right? Someone comes through and they just throw enough money at you to buy a cheap used car in one checkout. Absolutely amazing. That's awesome. Thank you, Gary, for sharing this. This is a huge encouragement to everybody in the group. All right, if you too would like to get some free swag, and I'm talking cool stuff like this hoodie I'm wearing right here. I love this hoodie. You can't really tell probably on camera, but there's like a tie-dye print underneath. This is my go-to. I wear this literally all the time. We've got backpacks. We have T-shirts. We have everything you can imagine out there in our swag store. If you would like to get some free swag every single week, we grab 2 to 5 posts from the group. We're looking for testimonials, screenshots of new sales milestones like $10,000, $100,000, something like that. Any tips, tricks, value posts like that. We love that kind of stuff. Please share it in the group. We'll grab 2 to 5 of those. If we feature you here, you get some free swag. So how about that? Pretty good deal. All right. latest news, and then we're going to get into the teardowns here. The Q4 contest, the Q4 contest, this is open. You have to register, though, to be part of it. So go to ShineOnContest.com to register. Tammy is leading this. It's really cool. We do it every single year. It was formerly known as the 100, 100, 100 Challenge contest. I tried to get them to call it the 100, 100, 100 contest, but they didn't really like that. I love that name because it's a mouthful and you never forget it after you say it. But anyway, ShineOnContest.com is where you go to register. There's a leaderboard there. So we're going to keep track of like where people are at on the leaderboard. It's pretty cool. It's fun. It's a great way to kind of do something together kind of as a tribe, you know, and not like anonymously as kind of, you know, a lot of internet entrepreneurs are. You'll be there with other people rubbing elbows with top sellers. It's a really cool thing. I even think there's a Facebook group that goes along with it. Tammy, you'll have to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But the giveaway, I'm pretty sure free message cards, all kinds of stuff. So go check this out if you want to participate. There are prizes, by the way, for the winners. So sign up. There's nothing to lose. Doesn't cost any money. ShineOnContest.com if you'd like to check that out. We did launch some new products. I think it was 3 weeks ago at this point. I'm just leaving this here. I want to make sure everybody hears about it. We launched new sets, right? So you have Alluring Beauty with Love Knot, CZ studs, Forever Love with CZ studs, and Eternal Hope with CZ studs. So you now get to just your hero product will be, you know, the Alluring Beauty with the 2 studs, kind of all as one package. It's a great way to increase your average order values and really complete the gift. You know, if somebody's coming through and they're buying something for their wife, for example, for Christmas, being able to buy the earrings, the studs along with it, it really makes the gift feel complete and like they have something really substantial to give during the holidays. So go check that out. We are in the ShineOn App Store. I've been talking about this every week. You're going to have to bear with me. We're going to be doing this for some time. Do me a favor. I want you to leave us a review, an honest review, okay? An honest review. Note that I'm not asking you to leave us a certain number of stars in that review. I'm not asking you to leave us a positive review or a negative review. I'm just asking for an honest review. If you love us, please leave us an honest review over in the Shopify App Store. It means the world to us. Okay, so we are at 86 reviews, I think. We have 4.9 stars. We were at 5 until last week. Shopify actually had a bug. Shopify had a bug, and somebody left us a bad review because of Shopify's bug. How about that? Anyway, sometimes you just get dealt some bad cards. However, we are in number 3. Like, so if you go to the Shopify App Store and you type print on demand, we're 3rd in the rankings. 3rd. So we climbed all the way from the bottom of the list to number 3 in the span of like 6 weeks or something like that. It was less than that. It was like 3 weeks. It was incredible. So here's the thing. In front of us is Printful and Printify, right? Printify is next, right? So Printful's number 1, Printify is number 2, then it's ShineOn. We want to displace Printify. We're coming for them. I've been taunting them on Twitter. Please do not let my taunt be in vain, okay? I need your help to displace Printify and to make my taunts complete, okay? So let's do this together, family. Please go to the Shopify App Store. I want you to leave us a honest review, right? I want you to help us displace Printify in the App Store. I want us to take number 2, bump them down to number 3. Then we can start taunting Printful. Wouldn't that be fun, everybody? Come on, help me out. Right now, I want you to go to apps.shopify.com/ShineOn, or you can just go, or you can go to apps.shopify.com, search for ShineOn in the search bar. Whoop. Okay. Click the ShineOn app in the results. This is what it looks like. This is our little icon. And then when you land on the page, I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom. And I want you to click this write a review button right here. And then when it asks you the number of stars, I'm not going to tell you that you should do 5 stars or 4 stars or, God forbid, 1 star. I'm just asking for an honest review. The type of honest review that would help us displace Printify from the search engine. Please help us out. We're counting on you, family. Okay, next up, the ShineOn Challenge. ShineOnChallenge.com. The challenge is paid. It's designed for people that are brand spanking new. If you've never had a sale before, right? This challenge is designed to get you from 0 to 1. 0 to 1. So it walks you through everything: registering your LLC. It walks you through setting up your store, configuring it, choosing your name, a niche, designing your logo, to running your fresh ads. I mean, it literally does all of that. It does it in 14 days. This content used to be drip. Now it's go at your own pace. It's like a mini course. It's 47 bucks. If you take this and you get your first sale during the challenge, you get your money back. Like, you can get your money back on it. So it's very low risk. We've had a number of people go through the challenge and they get their first sale successfully. We're having a pretty high success rate with it. We're excited about this. Please go check this out. ShineOnChallenge.com, ShineOnChallenge.com. Okay. Are you ready? Have you guys gone and left a review yet? Hang on. Let me know in the comments right now. I want to see some peer pressure. No, I don't want to see peer pressure. But please let me know in the comments right now. Have you left a review? Have you left a review for the app in the App Store? Let's go. I'm not going any further until I know if you've left us a review in the App Store. In the App Store. Let's go. Come on, people. All right, look at this. Cash me outside Printful. How about the? I don't know if this is like a Minnesotan English thing, but I don't understand what you said, Matt. Anyway, holy moly. Not sure what that's in reference to. I'm sure it was something amazing that I was talking about a second ago. Love these motivational Friday live streams. That's right. They're the best ones on the internet right now, this week, today, guaranteed. How about that? All right. First leaderboard updates coming this week. Yeah, this is for the ShineOn contest, formerly known as the 100, 100, 100 challenge. That's what I'm going to be calling it all year. I'm going to get my way on this. Anyway, leaderboard updates coming next week. Right now, I think I'm in number 1. Yeah, Werner says Mikey Christ is leading the leaderboard. That's right. I don't even have to do anything, and I'm number 1. How about that? I'm kidding. All right. Okay, I'm in the challenge right now. Yes, love that. Glad to see it. Werner, review done a long time ago. David did the review. Sophie did the review. There's like 6 comments here, people. That is unacceptable. Where are the rest of my reviews? Mine was done weeks ago. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Matt, okay. Have you left us a review, Matt? That's what I'm really asking here. Have you left us a review? That's what I want to know, eh? All right. Must have already did the rating. It won't let me do it again. Yes. Very good. I like that. Thank you. Just left a review. Come on. Round of applause for Facebook user right here. They deserve it. Just left a review. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm in the challenge right now. Very good. Love that. Leaving a review right now. No problem. We will wait. We will wait. I'm going to, you know what? Here's what we're going to do, people. Oh, boy. I need to stress, I'm asking for an honest review. Okay. I'm not asking you to leave. I'm not trying to influence your review. Okay. I'm just asking for an honest review. Means a lot to us. Okay. I need to stress that. If anybody from Shopify is watching this, no coercion here. We're just, as a group, we're just having fun here. We're just having fun. Okay. Let's go. ShineOn. Let's see. Oh, check this out. Let me share my screen. How do I do this? Bear with me, people. Let's go. Are you guys having fun? I kind of have fun when we do these. Where are we at? There we go. Looky here. 87 reviews. 87 reviews. Thank you. Did the review a few weeks ago. I can't see it. I'm on the platform. You got to go to apps.shopify.com. Oh, wait. I got to share my screen. What am I doing? There we go. We are at 87 reviews right here. You can see it in the top left. Thank you very much. We've had a couple reviews come in during this live stream. How about that? We got another one. Let's refresh. 87. Still at 87. I don't know. Maybe it's got to go through a review process. Here's the one I was telling you about where Shopify had a bug and we got the bad review for it. How about that? How about that? That sucks. But that's okay. That's okay. We love our friends over at Shopify. Okay. I love this. Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of the reviews. It really does. guys, it really does mean the world to us. I am having fun here. I do want to displace Printify. I am taunting them on Twitter. I really would like it if my taunts were not empty and in vain. But I do appreciate the reviews. An honest review is all we're asking for here. So thank you very much. We are at 88 now. Let's go. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. All right, let's get back into the other stuff. Okay. Let me share again. This is a good time to sip some coffee. That's how we do it. Thank you, Laura, for leaving a review. Positive or negative, we just thank you for sharing your feedback. Thank you. Okay, let's get this back up. All right. ShineOn Treasury. It's a great value. All of our courses loaded up in the Treasury. ShineOnTreasury.com. It's like $400 for 6 months worth of access. I think there's, don't quote me on this, look at the product page, but I think there's like 4 or 5 courses in there now. I know that we've released a TikTok course, which is what you're looking at here. We also just released a course on how to set up your own Shopify store, which is pretty exciting. So go check that out, ShineOnTreasury.com, if you'd like to look at that. Look at this. I'm loving this. More reviews. Guys, seriously, thank you very much for leaving the reviews. It really does mean a lot to us. As soon as we displace Printify, I don't know, maybe I can't incentivize the reviews is the thing. I can't do that. So I don't want to violate any, honestly, I don't want to violate any of Shopify's terms of service here. But I'd love to celebrate. I guess a celebration is, look, we are all just going to be able to take personal pride and satisfaction in displacing Printify's reviews. I guess that's maybe as much as I can do. I will be taunting Printify, though, in a very polite, playful kind of way also. But they're going to hear about it probably for a while. I'm a little bit of an obnoxious winner. All right. So ShineOn Creatives. ShineOn Creatives, this is a group led by Gil Jimenez. He does UGC videos and things like that. So if you want to expand into TikTok and you're just not down with kind of shooting your own UGC, Gil is somebody that can help you out. So go check it out. ShineOn Creatives. We are actually looking for a way to partner with Gil right now at ShineOn to bring some of that goodness in-house. So we're excited about that. Okay. This is ShineOn Scaling with Mario. So if you're new and you have a product that you think has scaling potential, set up a call with Mario, ShineOnScalingWithMario.com. He's scaled like 30-some products. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom in this space. He may be able to help you scale your product better than you could on your own. ShineOnScalingWithMario.com if you'd like to check that out. All right, Shots of Espresso released every single week. You know the drill. It's free content, all that stuff. If you want to get caught up on all the updates, Shots of Espresso, the Coffee with Michaels, all that kind of stuff, at the very top of the group, click featured, and you're going to see everything we've ever pinned to the group right there in a list. It kind of curates your news feed so you can see all the good stuff. Just go there to check it out. Okie dokie. We ready to go? Are we ready to go? I want to see some UFO emojis in the chat right now. UFOs and also the coffee emoji would be acceptable. If you're ready to get into the product teardowns, I want to see some little UFOs flying around. I want to see some coffee in the chat right now, please. Right now. Review submitted. Thank you, Tracy. We appreciate that. Marie says, I believe that's Marie. It's not Mary. It's Marie. I'm pretty sure it's Marie. I'll do my review once my Shopify store exists. Well, we would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's go. I need help. I submitted my product. Please pick me. Getting good interest, zero sales, zero sales or add to carts. What am I doing wrong? I know this thing can work. I'm inspired by all of you. Well, tell you what. So look, in the interest of fairness, because I had a lot of submissions, I kind of went through it a little bit randomly and picked who we were going to review today. But we are going to do it as a group, and I promise that the things we talk about will likely apply to your specific situation. One of the things I would ask you to do, getting good interest. I assume you mean like clicks. Run through the funnel yourself. Like run through your entire funnel yourself, and like make sure everything works. And don't just do it on a desktop. Do it on your phone, because most of your traffic comes from your phone, and that sometimes can, you can find leaks and things like that will get you on track. Okay, got some Coffee. You know, Matt Ba never said if he left a review or not. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that. I love you, Matt. It's okay if you didn't leave a review. I cannot and will not make you feel guilty about that. I'm just stating it out loud as an observation. Is just a fact, you know, like it's sunny out, same thing. Same thing. It's sunny. It's like 60 degrees out today. And Matt Baugh hasn't left a review. It's like the same kind of objective, sterile, just kind of fact about life. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for the aliens, UFOs, and coffee. I am feeling better now. I'm feeling much better now. Let's do this. Okay. So here we go. StreamYard. I got to stop sharing and re-present. Let's go. Boom. Boom. Where are we at? Okie dokie. So let's get this figured. Am I over here? Yep, I am. All right, so here's how we're going to do it. Get my little marker out. Use red. Okay, good deal. Okay, so geez. Got to reshare my screen, don't I? All right, whoops. So I am going to read this out loud, and then I'm going to provide some feedback, okay? And the reason we're focusing on message cards, and this is very important for those of you that are new, the message card really is everything. Like, it is the product. Winning campaigns are built on top of winning message cards, okay? When it comes to making a lot of money in this space, in my opinion, like 90 to 95% of that is having a winning product, okay? And your winning product is going to come down to two things. It's design and it's your phrase. So winning product equals, design plus phrase. All right. Bear with me. So get bumping. Okay. All right. So winning product is basically your design plus your phrase. But here's the thing. They're not weighted equally. Okay. They're not weighted equally. I actually think your phrase is worth like 90% of the weight here. Your phrase is like 90% of the weight here. If you find a winning phrase, there's a good chance that regardless of design, that phrase is going to be popping in some kind of way. Like when you run your campaigns, you're going to get feedback, right? Like clicks, add to carts, some purchases that are telling you you're onto something with the phrase. And then what you can do is test over and over and over again. Like you can kind of tweak your design until you get a design and a phrase locked in, and then that thing will be really popping for you, So again, a winning product equals your design plus your phrase, but I think your phrase is like 90% of the weight here on what creates a winning product, okay? Notice that Matt, I got to stop talking about Matt. I cannot coerce. I cannot make Matt feel guilty at all. So we're not going to talk about that anymore unless we just talk about it in kind of a sterile, objective, Matt hasn't left a review, like it's 60 degrees out today and we're all drinking coffee right now. Okay. Just very plain, no big deal. All right. So this is what a winning phrase is. If you're brand new, this is very important for you to this needs to sink in. Okay. If you're brand new, this is very important. The reason is because when you're new, there's a lot to learn, and you're very susceptible to shiny object syndrome when you're new, right? And most of the time, what I see new people doing is they're browsing through the Shopify app store trying to load their store up with apps that they don't necessarily need. Like, while they're doing product research, they see somebody's got that Wheelio app that like spin the wheel where you can win a prize, and then they go, oh, I should add that. I could make a few extra bucks or whatever. So then they go burn a couple hours adding that, getting it all set up, things like that. When you don't really need it, right? It's just shiny object syndrome. It's not actually going to help you make any more money unless you get a winning product, right? The other thing is a lot of people will just get lost in all the Facebook ad methods, right? And TikTok methods. You just get completely lost in there. But what you don't understand is it's not the method at the end of the day that creates a winning campaign. Very often it's the product. If you have a winning product, you can not be very experienced with ads and still make sales. Okay. I've said this many, many times before. You need to figure out how to create winning products first. This is the number one skill you need to learn as a new person, is how to create winning products. That's why these product teardowns are going to be so important. Okay. Is this sinking in for everybody? Are you getting it? Let me know if you're getting it in the chat. Is that making sense to everybody? The number one skill you need to learn in this print-on-demand game is how to create a winning product. That is the number one skill you need to learn. A lot of people, what they do is they create a product. They do it like this. They, one, create a product, and then two, try to find an audience. That's completely backwards, completely backwards. What you need to do is find an audience, create and sell them a product, right? Find an audience, figure out what the audience wants, create a product that meets that want, and then sell it to them. Sell them something they already want. That's what you're trying to do. By the way, that's all of marketing. That is all of marketing. Marketing is less about convincing people to buy something they don't want or don't need. And it's way more about figuring out what they do want and need and then just giving it to them, right? In a package that's agreeable. That's literally all of marketing, okay? So, good. It's sinking in. All right. All right, good. It's sinking in. Glad to hear it. Very good. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's do some teardowns. All right, so I'm going to read the phrase, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. We're going to do this, probably 3 or 4 of them. I'm going to do solo, and then at the end, we're going to start doing them together, okay? While you guys get the hang of it. Dear Mom, first of all, it's interlocking hearts, okay? It's important to note the product here because you need a product niche fit. That's important. Dear Mom, I love you so much. The impact you have had on me cannot be expressed in words. You're my greatest supporter and role model. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for always being there for me. Okay, here's my feedback on this one. First of all, the font is difficult to read. Part of that, a large part of that is just because it's small, right? The font is really small. Keep in mind, people are going to be looking at these on their cell phone. You need the phrase to be kind of like as large as possible, right? You need the phrase to be very big so that it doesn't break the design aesthetic, but it needs to be very easy for people to read, right? It's got to be legible from a cell phone. If it's not legible, it ain't gonna work. Okay, so it's got to be legible. The next thing is, I feel like the design, right? So by design, I'm talking about all this stuff here. I feel like this is just way too busy. It's overemphasized in this particular product. Whereas really the phrase should be emphasized, right? This is just way too much. It's not to say you can't have aesthetically pleasing design. That's not what I'm saying, but like you shouldn't focus more on the design than you do on the phrase. Again, the phrase is 90% of the product here, right? So you've got to make sure you're focused on that it's prominent, it's big, it's easy for people to see, that kind of thing. The next thing about this particular one that kind of irks me, let me see if I can, okay, good. The next thing that kind of irks me is that I'm just not sure this has the emotional impact we need to. So remember, it's the phrase that pays, okay? If they cry, they'll buy. If they feel, it's real, right? Those are all these little heuristics we've come up with in the community to remind us that if you have to move the prospect, the recipient emotionally, not the recipient, the buyer. You have to move the prospect, the buyer emotionally if you want them to buy, right? If you can get them feeling literally anything, the chances of them buying the product goes up 10, 20, 100 fold. Okay. They say that people buy, what is it? They buy emotionally and they justify it with logic. I'm kind of screwing that up. Basically, when people are going to buy something, it's their emotions that are persuasive. It's the emotion that actually talks them into making a purchase, but it's their mind that tries to justify the purchase with logic. Right? It's the same thing here, just on a smaller scale, right? Like, you have to move them emotionally in order to get them to buy. And I'm going to read the phrase one more time because I just don't think it's doing it. Dear mom, imagine you're a daughter and you're going to give this to a mother. I love you so much. The impact you've had on me cannot be expressed in words. You are my greatest supporter and role model. Thank you for always being there for me. This is an impulse purchase. This is something where, like, the individual is not actively shopping when this comes across their news feed or on TikTok. And it just doesn't quite, for me, it's not powerful enough emotionally to make them stop in their tracks and go, this says something I've been feeling for a decade about my mom. I've got to buy this right now, because it's a phrase that I haven't seen anywhere else. They put an emotion into words that I've not seen done that way before. They're expressing something deep inside of me that I haven't seen in a Hallmark card. I haven't seen in other gifts. I need to buy this right now, right? That is what you need your phrase to do, people. That's what you need your phrase to do, okay? And if you latch on to one of those phrases, it is worth a lot of money, like a ridiculous amount of money, okay? If you latch on to one of those phrases, you can scale to easy into 6 figures. Some people can scale even into 7 figures in revenue with these phrases. It's the phrase that pays people. It's everything, okay? That's what you're trying to do. Go for maximum emotional impact. Are you guys feeling this? You guys picking up what I'm putting down here? Is this making sense? Let me know in the chat. I want some feedback. Let me know if this is making sense. Let me know if this is making sense in the chat. I think the phrase should be larger than the flowers. Yeah, I agree. It's just too small. When you look at this, the first thing your eye sees is the design, right? But don't get me wrong, the design is aesthetically pleasing. I kind of like it. However, that's not what you want people to see. They're not buying it because of the design. They're buying it because of whatever this says, right? The phrase. Okay. Yes, it's making sense. Good. Making sense. Heard. Yeppy. I like yeppy. That's pretty cool. Absolutely. All right. Total sense. Yes. Okay. Appreciate it. Good. I'm glad it's sinking in. All right. Let's go to the next one, shall we? Okay. So, boom. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Next one. To my beautiful daughter. By the way, this is a love knot. Okay. This is love knot. Geez, not love knot. It's forever love. Sorry. I've got a lot of these floating around in my brain. This is forever love. Okay. This is going to be important. I want to talk about this in a minute. I'm going to make a note here. Forever love. Okay. All right. We'll come back to that. Sit tight. We're going to come back to that. All right. Okay. To my beautiful daughter, you are loved for the girl you are, the woman you will become, and the wonderful daughter you will always be. Love always, Dad. Okay. I'm going to read it again, and we're going to start tearing her down. To my beautiful daughter, you are loved for the girl you are, the woman you will become, and the wonderful daughter you will always be. Love always, Dad. Okay. First of all, I like the design on this one. It's simple, right? You have this kind of box on the outside. It's kind of elegant. I actually kind of like how the box gets interrupted by the to my and the dad down here at the bottom. I actually kind of like this font for the big words, right? Like, I kind of like it for that, and I like it for that. I'm not a huge fan of the font for the little words in here. I think that's going to be hard to read for some people. And again, you want to make this as easy as possible for the buyer, right? Like, you don't want any distractions. You don't want, like, somebody that's older to get to this and then to squint a little bit because they can't read. You don't want any of that stuff. If anything like that happens, it's just introducing friction, and it may turn them off and they may not read it. Okay. So that's good. So we need to probably not use that stuff in there. Another thing, we got a typo right here. Okay. Typo right there. Anybody pick up the typo? Anybody pick up the typo in that? Wonderful daughter, and there's an L. That's a problem, people. That's a problem. Here's one of the reasons it's a problem. You might get some sales on this. You could. And When it shows up at the door, then they're going to see the typo. And then they're probably going to want to return. They're going to want it fixed or something like that, right? That's a problem. You need to make sure you're proofreading your products. So there's a typo there. That's kind of a problem. But you want to know what the biggest problem for me is in this whole thing? Can anybody guess what the biggest problem for me is with this? Or I shouldn't say problem. I should put it differently. The biggest area of improvement in this particular message card, biggest area of improvement. Anybody have any ideas? Anybody have any ideas? The biggest area of improvement. Biggest area of improvement. Let's see. Probably cut and paste of wonderful. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Probably right. Overused phrase. Yeah, the phrase is overused. That it's true. Still, sometimes you can pick up a phrase if it hasn't been seen in a while and sell it to a new audience or sell it with a new design. So it's worth a test, right? It's worth a test. That's not really a big deal. It's this right here, actually, the necklace. It's the necklace. Now, why do you think the necklace is kind of for me is a little bit of a tripping point? I might be overthinking this, okay? But for me, this stands out. Why do you think the necklace in particular is a big area of improvement on this one? Yeah, it's actually right here. It's more of a wife gift than a daughter. So look, perhaps I'm overthinking this, okay? Perhaps I'm overthinking this. But there are a few reasons that this bothers me. This is a heart. It's like a romance type item, right? You guys feeling me on that? Again, I could be overthinking this, okay? I've sold a bunch of these in the romance niche. I've seen them sold in the romance niche. I'm like preconditioned to think of this necklace that way, so I might have some kind of like bias about it. But so I just say that to say I could be kind of overthinking it, but that is a heart. Okay, hearts are usually like romantic, especially like this one in particular, the Forever Love. It's also just look, maybe I'm overthinking it. It just feels weird to have these together. To me, it just feels weird. I think what I would rather see here is one of our other products. Alluring Beauty would be a great product. I think Interlocking Hearts would even be a great product. So Interlocking Hearts was this one right here. I think that'd be an okay product to try on this one. Forever Love for me, just I don't know. It's not. It feels like a concern to me. By all means, you can test it and see how it does. I always encourage testing, but that just kind of stands out to me as something that might get in the way of a potential purchase. So, yeah. All right. Let me see. Is that about covered on this one? You were loved. To my beautiful daughter. You are loved for the girl you are, the woman you will become, and the wonderful daughter you will always be. So I will say real quick about the phrase itself. This is a bit of an overused phrase, but it's overused because this phrase worked, and it worked for a really long time, and it's probably sold millions and millions of dollars in revenue, right? And this is the type of this is a relatively short phrase. It's hard to find short, punchy phrases that kind of hit people right in the feels, but this is kind of what you're going for when you're looking for a winning phrase. I'm going to read it out loud. I want you to hear the cadence of the phrase, and we're going to talk about it for a minute. You are loved for the girl you are, the woman you will become, and the wonderful daughter you will always be. So first of all, it reads like a stanza. I mean, you know where the natural breaks are. You know where you're supposed to take a breath. It's short and poppy, right? Very easy to read, flows off the tongue. Next, though, you have this play with the words on like present tense, future tense, and then what is this? Eternal tense? I have no idea. But you have this if you look, you've got present tense right here for the girl you are, the woman you will become, right? So that's like in the future. And the wonderful daughter you will always be. So whatever tense that is, I don't know if they have a word name for it, but it's like they're playing with time, right? And they're kind of saying that like right in this moment, you're amazing, right? And in the future, you're going to continue to be amazing. And you've always been amazing. It's kind of what's going on here. But the way it's said, it's clever. It feels good, right? The last thing I would say, this is just hitting me, and that is, this is clearly a gift for probably well, here, I'm going to ask this out loud because I want you to kind of self-discover this through the question. How old do you think the recipient of a gift like this would be? Based on what's here, how old do you think the recipient of a gift like this would be? Read the phrase, right? And ask yourself, just throw a dart. How old do you think the recipient of this gift likely is? Teenager? Teen, late teen, teen? Yep. So I don't think it's 25 plus, because look at this. They're a girl right now, and they're a woman in the future. Yeah, so I don't think it's 25 plus. Just leave it at that, I guess. Legally speaking, this feels so weird. Legally speaking, I don't think they can be much more than 18, right? Because, like, at least legally, again, this is so weird. Legally, you're an adult at 18, right? So I think this individual is definitely under 18, okay? Some people say under 10, 13 to 15, 12, maybe. Now let me ask you this. Now that you've kind of got, you've thought through that. Does this look like an appropriate gift for a 12-year-old, 13-year-old? I mean, really, even for like a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old, this starts to feel to me like a very mature gift, right? I'm talking about the necklace here. It starts to feel like a very mature gift. Starts to feel like a very mature gift to me. Anybody else? I'm looking in the chat here. There's a little bit of a delay. I love this at first. Now it's cringe. Well, hey, one thing to be clear on, we're trying to help each other. We're all trying to learn. So whoever made this, please don't take any of this personally. It is not like that at all. We are all trying to level up our game here. We're not throwing rocks. And by the way, whoever Facebook user is, I know that you're not throwing rocks either. I know you don't mean it that way. We are all family, just trying to learn. Okay. I'd say we've gone pretty deep into this one, and it's probably time to move on. But again, I think, there's nothing wrong necessarily with the phrase. I just think I'd like to see a different product on it. Again, I think Interlocking Hearts would be a good one. Like, you can see a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 16-year-old wearing this particular product, right? You can see that. It's not too dressed up. It's not too formal. This here feels like something you would only wear like on a date, or if you were in a dress, or you're going to a dance, or a really nice dinner, or something like that. To me, this is not a casual item. Okay. All right. You guys ready? You guys ready to move on? Is this helpful? You still feeling it? Is this helpful? I hope so. Give me some money bags in the chat. Money bags in the chat if you think this is going to help you make some money. Money bags in the chat. I like money bags. And I'm buying myself some time to refill my coffee here. Money bags in the chat. Let's go. Yeppy. All right. By the way, StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can see your name. StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can see your name. Let's do it, people. Money bags. Come on, I want to see some more. Where are you guys at? You guys awake? Let's do it. I want like a money bag waterfall in the chat. Let's go. Money bag waterfall in the chat. Come on. There we go. All right. Thank you. You just need a little extra prodding. You know what? Everybody right now, pick up your coffee and take another drink. I think you deserve it. You need it. Let's wake up. There we go. Oh, I feel it. Another round of sales coming in right now on your cell phone. I'll give you a few seconds. Pick up your cell phone. Look at the sales. Get your mind around it. Get excited. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. Okay. Sale. Phones down. Phones down. Let's get back in it. Marvin, what's up? Okay. Let's get back into it. Okay. Let's do it. To my wife. Okay. Trying to figure out if I had a copy paste issue here with the background, like outside of the box, or if that's just how it is. That's a little distracting to my eye. Not a big deal though. To my wife, a godly marriage happens when two believers make the decision to love God together. I may not be your first kiss, first love, or first date, but I do want to be your last everything. When people see us, I want them to say, you can tell God put them together. Love your husband. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this one. First of all, I don't mind the black background. I like you just need like whatever your design aesthetic is going to be, just need contrast between the background and the foreground. That's really all you're going for there. They're doing black and white. The design before us, right? This one had a white background with black text. I'm not sure how much that actually matters. Test. You need to test. Let the market tell you what they prefer. But I'm kind of okay with the black background. Again, I'm losing my cursor here when I do this. I'm okay with the font for wife here. I'm okay with the font down here for love your husband. I think it's big enough that you can get away with a font like this. I'm struggling a little bit with the font here. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm struggling with. I think it feels like that locker room sport font. I don't know what the name of that font is, but the one you see on like jerseys, like that's kind of what it feels like to me. Anybody else feeling that? It's what it feels like to me. And it feels perhaps a little incongruent with the rest of the phrase. Somebody here, some folks are calling out that it's all in all caps. Look, I don't know that the all caps bothers me that much. I've seen the all caps work on plenty of message cards before. In fact, we've had some really big sellers. Kirsta in particular has had a bunch of big sellers with some all caps. It's not that. It's this font. Somebody said it's the varsity font. Could be that. Again, I'm nitpicking here. I'm getting like way like super granular with this, but that kind of bothers me. I think what is the there's serif and then sans serif fonts. Sans serif font. Okay, so I think serif fonts. Okay, serif fonts are the fonts that don't have little feet, right? So like, let me just see if I can find an example here. So like, that the Arial is a serif font. There's no feet, right? But if I pick Georgia, right? Georgia is a sans serif font. It has feet. Let me zoom in on this actually. We're just talking about design here. Just sit tight. Trying to give you a good lesson here. So, okay. So this is serif right here. Whoop. And this is sans serif right here. Sans serif has feet and serif font don't. And by feet, I'm talking about these little, these little things right there. So now my question to you is, which of these two fonts are busier? Which of these two fonts look busier, right? Which two fonts looks busier? And if you don't remember the serif, sans serif, oh shoot, Robin's telling me I'm wrong here. And Robin is usually right. I'm wrong every now and then. Like, it's October. I haven't been wrong yet this month. So makes sense. Okay. Sans, yeah. Okay. All right. Forget the Everything I just said, forget all that, right? It's actually serif has feet. Sans serif does not have feet. Okay. Hopefully I'm right. Anyway, whatever. The right side is busier. Yeah, that's the big takeaway. The second one. Second, good. Yeah, it's busier. Okay, all right. So let's get back to the lesson here. So dang it, even though the fonts with the feet, right, are a little bit more elegant, they're busier, right? So the fonts with the feet, right, you can use those, I think, pretty well in like your big stuff, like your salutation and things like that, your greeting and salutation. I think you need to be careful. Sorry, people, trying to delete. I think you need to be careful about using them in the phrase itself. So it's in all caps, which is not a big deal, but the font itself to me just appears busy. It's like that varsity font. So it kind of bothers me. Anyway, all right, I'm going to get off the font. The font choice, though, is kind of bothering me. The next thing, though, and this is probably the biggest crux of this whole particular product, is the phrase is I just don't think this phrase is going to hit people in the feels. I'm going to read it out loud. And this is also niched down quite a bit. So it's speaking to a very specific niche. I get that. Maybe you're in this niche. I don't really know. I'm going to read the phrase, though. I want you to pay very close attention to kind of your reaction to it and just see if you feel anything here. A godly marriage happens when two believers make the decision to love God together. I may not be your first kiss, first love, or first date, but I do want to be your last everything. When people see us, I want them to say, you can tell God put them together. Love your husband. Are you guys feeling anything there? Again, the issue is not the niche. It really is just the phrase, I think. Did you guys feel anything when I read that? Did you feel moved at all? Especially if you guys are in this niche. I'd like to hear from you in particular. Some people say it's too long. Some people say it's a little confusing. I think where the confusion is coming from is that this part of the phrase is written in first person, where this part of the phrase feels like a sermon, right? Notice over here you have I, the use of I, and your, right? And over here you have none of that. Over here it's just like all facts, right? It's like this is a objective fact about the universe for this individual, and then over here is like your greeting card, right? Like it would almost be better if this was not even here, right? And like this was the whole thing. You guys tracking with me on that? Like it changed. I can't remember it changed. It went from like first person to third person. Actually, it went from third person to first person, middle of the phrase, right? Do you guys pick up on that? To me, it feels like it's talking about two different things. Yeah, I think this is why, though. I think that's why. Could be wrong. The statements like preaching, yeah, that's what I mean. It's just, but it's really just, I think it's just this part that feels preachy, right? This almost feels like a verse out of the Bible. Again, because it's like it's third person and then it shifts to first person. Okay. It's a bit Franken-y. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like when you're using the Franken phrase method, and by the way, I'm not suggesting that's what the user did here, but you do have to be careful that all the phrase still naturally kind of blends together, right? Because if you're not, it gets it's choppy. It gets kind of clumsy, right? When you read through it. All right, so it looks like this is where to go? This is Montez. Love this breakdown of my design, learning so much. We should give Montez a round of applause here for being brave enough to not only submit for one of these, but to identify himself. So keep going. You're going after a very specific niche. Nothing wrong with that. But the big takeaway for you here is, like, honestly, your design is not super bad. I spent a lot of time kind of talking about the font, partly because I was kind of exploring out loud what it was about the font that just stood out to me. But it's easy to change a font, right? It's super freaking easy. However, the big takeaway for you, I think, is just this phrase. I just do not think this phrase is going to move people. I just don't think the phrase is emotionally powerful enough to entice a buy. Right? I just don't think it is. You got to work on the phrase. The phrase has got to move people emotionally if you want them to buy. So you need to really, as much time as I'm spending on this, you should spend some time on it too, to really make sure this is something that's going to move your prospect and kind of entice them to make a purchase. Okay. So very important. All right. I'm going to keep going here. Hopefully you guys are picking up some tips and some lessons, maybe some things you hadn't thought about. This next one, let's do it. Okay. To my super hot, crafty wife. to my super hot, crafty wife. Even if our home sometimes looks like a mess, I do not expect from you anything less. You use screws, boards, and a little bit of stress, but of all of your projects, our family is the best. Love, your husband. I kind of like this one. What do you guys think of this one? Just first impressions. To my super hot, crafty wife, even if our home sometimes looks like a mess, I do not expect from you anything less. You use screws, boards, and a little bit of stress, but of all your projects, our family is the best. Oh, this is awesome. So Facebook user says it's cute. Robin says it's adorable. Tracy says it's personalized. We got some emojis coming in. Crafty. Yeah, the crafty one, for some reason, just made me laugh. Cute specifics. I will tell you this. My this is me. I'm actually in this niche because my wife does a lot of projects. I mean, like, occasionally during the day, I'll be working and I'll just hear like the miter saw going off. And I'm like, who is out here doing like a construction project in our neighborhood? It's like 7 a.m. on a Saturday. And I'm like, oops. Like, my wife has got the sawhorses out and she's like cutting stuff for a project she found. Right. So I'm kind of in this niche. Adorable. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Let's start doing the breakdown here. My wife is a quilter, takes up the whole house. I relate to this. My wife also does knitting, and we have like a giant bucket of yarn. So yeah, I totally feel like I relate to this. This is a good one. This is really good. All right, let's break this down. This is obviously implied for humor, right? Obviously, like, we're going after a very specific niche. We're going after husbands whose wives do crafts. Okay. And you know who you are out there. We've got people identifying themselves even in the chat right now, whose wives are quilters, knitters, do like projects, things like that. So I like that. I like that right away. You're identifying kind of, who your buyer is right here. You're making no bones about it. So I like that. I like that you're doing that right away, right off the bat. One thing I'm kind of taking issue with is do we have 3 different fonts going on here? Like, is this one font and then this another font? Or are those the same font? Because for some reason that is making it feel like what is going on here? I actually think this is all one font, but the lowercase and the uppercase are just very different. Yeah, like if you isolate a letter, like we look at this R, and then we look at this R down here, this one, is that the same thing? Anyway, there's something going on with this font here that's making it kind of busy to me. It feels like 3 different fonts. And until I looked at it closer, I actually thought it was 3 different fonts, and I was going to recommend trying to stick to 2. But now I'm starting to wonder if this is actually one font and the upper and lowercase are just so different. So it's kind of hard for me to know. I would experiment though with some different fonts with this. I'd experiment with some different fonts because it's not bad, but I just don't think it's probably as good as it could be. Okay. Someone says in the chat they think this crafty and this are the same font, but what I actually think it is, I think those are both bold. I actually just think that they're just bold. I don't know. It just feels like maybe something a little different could be done with fonts. But anyway, okay. Enough of the fonts. Spend a lot of time here. What about the product? We good on the product? Forever Love for this one? We good on the product? I'm good with the product on that one. I think this is definitely appropriate. You have the first of all, it's to a wife, and you've got this super hot bit here. I mean, this is definitely a romantic kind of angle. So totally good with the product here. Someone's kind of saying crafty's too big here because the way it overlaps. I don't know that I disagree, but I think I could live with it. Just because like this, you do kind of want this to stand out because it's identifying the niche, right? So yeah. If anything that, when it comes to the design, that's kind of strange. I don't know that I would fix this, by the way. Whoever made this, I would test this as is. I would test it as is. I think you're really onto something here. This is great. But maybe some future tests for the design element, I'd maybe, test something a little different here. Just because I don't know that it fits. You could just leave everything off there. I don't really know. Just do some testing there. I think you've got some opportunity. Let's see here. Makes me think of witchy. I'm not sure I'm picking that up. Me too. I thought of witchcraft. Really? Huh. Some people are saying that's making them think of witchcraft. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I will tell you the first time I read it, I mean, there is definitely some ambiguity, I suppose, with the word crafty, because it can also mean like shrewd, right? It can also sly, shrewd, some other words that come to mind when I think of crafty. I don't necessarily think of craft, but I don't know. I still think this would resonate probably with the audience. I would test this. I really would. Whoever made this, I would test it. Okay, let's go to the phrase now. Even if our home sometimes looks like a mess, I do not expect from you anything less. You use screws, boards, and a little bit of stress, but of all your projects, our family is the best. Okay, I've got to tell you that I think this rhymes. It's like keep the rhyme. That's absolutely amazing that it rhymes. The rhyming actually increases it amplifies the emotional impact, right? So it's definitely a net gain for the phrase itself. So keep the rhyme. What I would encourage you to do though is maybe, how do I put this? Without changing the meaning of any of the lines, okay? Maybe rewrite this just a few times to see if you can get the flow a little better. Like this line here is kind of a mouthful because of I think it's just got a lot of synonyms in it. Even if our home sometimes looks a mess, even if our home sometimes looks like a mess. So here, then, come on, do it with me. Then to, if, our, 2 more, 4, home, 5, sometimes, 7, looks, 6, like, 7, 8, mess, 9. Did I do that right? That's 9 syllables. I do not expect from you anything less. You got 11 here. Even if our home sometimes looks like a mess, I do not expect from you anything. Yeah, anyway, I guess where I'm going with this is it doesn't exactly just like flow off the tongue. So I would just attempt to like keep the meaning the same, keep the rhyme, and just see if you can maybe remove some words or add some words so that like the stanza just kind of flows a little bit better, right? That's all I would ask. Someone says take out sometimes. You could. Another thing I was thinking is like you could almost put even if our home looks, and then you could take out like, and then you could put a mess. Like that actually can be one word instead of two. That's something else you could do. Anyway, I think you get the point. This is actually a pretty good one. I like this one quite a bit. I would definitely test this one. I think you're ready to start testing with this one in particular. Okay. Someone said super hot, was expecting the verse to focus on that. Oh yeah, I mean that's actually an interesting point too. But you know what? I actually, as I kind of say it out loud, it's fine. So what this person is saying is, I think like you'd call out super hot up here, like why isn't the phrase a little bit more spicy, so to speak? But I actually don't think that it needs to be. I like this. I like this. I think you're ready to go test. I'd go test this one and see what the market tells you. All right, let's do another one here. Let's do another one. We're going to do this one together, okay? Whoops. Okay, I'm going to read it out loud, and I want you guys to start to tell me, like, I want you to help me with the teardown. You tell me what you would do different and things like that. To my daughter, the connection between these hearts represents a bond that can never be broken. When you wear this, remember that the love between us, whether side by side or apart, is for life. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are loved. Give me your feedback. To my granddaughter, the connection between these hearts represents a bond that can never be broken. When you wear this, remember that the love between us, whether side by side or apart, is for life. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are loved. Drop your feedback in the chat. Feedback in the chat. What do you guys think? Were you moved emotionally? Right? That's probably the first question you should be asking yourself. Someone says pretty color. Yeah, I don't mind this color at all. The purple is definitely dark enough. There's enough contrast with the white that the phrase is legible, which is really all you want. The small font, the small font message, okay. Salutation, busy and small. Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. This could be bigger, right? You could make it bigger and try to take up more space here. Busy, probably because it's small. I think if you make this bigger, it wouldn't feel quite as busy. You'd have to kind of take a step back and look at it and kind of come to your own conclusion on that. And then the small font message is okay. Yeah, I think this is probably all right. I mean, look, it could be a little bit bigger, but I think it's probably fine. Okay. It's so cute. Small adjustments to the phrase. I think the design needs more tweaking. The design is a little bit plain. You can get away with plain design, though. I've seen it a gajillion times. So I think you could test this. If the phrase is on point, the market will tell you, and then you can do some design testing. Add were to side by side. When you wear this, remember the love between us, whether we're side by side or apart, is for life. Yeah, you could do that. I think it's whether side. I think it still kind of works this way, though. Also, I like the first sentence pointing to the necklace. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting as well. Right? Whoops. Basically saying these hearts, and it's referring to interlocking hearts. That is a very unique and kind of interesting way to incorporate the product itself directly into the phrase. Granddaughter needs to be bigger. Yeah, agree with you on that. Like the product choice. Yeah, this is a big seller, by the way. Interlocking hearts. Let's see. Difficult font for granddaughter. Yep. Did not move me emotionally. Yes, this is one I was kind of hoping somebody would chime in on. So here's something to think about real quick. Who are we trying to move emotionally? Are we trying to move this person, or are we trying to move the person that buys the gift, right? Who are we trying to move emotionally? The recipient or the buyer? Are we trying to move the recipient or the buyer? Some say both. The buyer, the buyer, the buyer, the buyer, the buyer, of course, the gift giver. Yes, absolutely. Okay, good, 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 good. You passed the test. We're trying to move the buyer. Okay, that means the grandparent. Likely a grandmother, I would think, with this particular one. I just don't see a grandfather getting quite so, let's say, like emotional, wearing their heart on their sleeve like this. It's probably a grandmother, and also it's purple. So there's like, it's a little bit more feminine, I guess is what I'm saying. The connection between these hearts represents a bond that can never be broken. When you wear this, remember that the love between us, whether side by side or apart, is for life. You're beautiful, you're strong, you're loved. I don't think that this is probably going to. I don't think it's likely to move people emotionally enough to buy this. I just don't. I think if the phrase were cute, I think if the phrase had a little bit of a rhyme to it, like there's a phrase out there that's it says, I took this necklace, I hugged it in, I did something, whatever, and it like kind of rhymes, and it basically says, remember when you wear this around your neck that like it's been hugged or something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but like it's kind of cute, it rhymes, that kind of thing. I think if this rhymed, it could, but as it stands, it feels a little dry to me. I'm not sure that this is going to move somebody emotionally enough to buy it. Last three sentences don't go with the longer ones. Yeah, I mean it's kind of there's definitely a rhythm. That I see what you're pointing out here. So, like I think everything from here down probably goes together okay. Like listen to this. When you wear this, remember the love between us, whether side by side or apart, is for life. You are beautiful, you are strong, right? Actually, now I just read that part in isolation. I think we got some problems there with the flow. But when you look at the first sentence, there's like literally no break in the first sentence. The connection between these hearts represents a bond that can never be broken. So I do think there's some work here that needs to be done on the phrase. First line short, next lines are long. No teary emotions. That's the biggest takeaway for this one here. No teary emotions. Didn't sound too moving when you read it. Could just be me, but I think we got a problem with the phrase on this one. Okay, let's keep going. I want your help to do the rest, and then we're going to start to wrap up. Are you like, was this helpful today? What we've done? Was this helpful? Has this been helpful to you? Especially if you're newer. I want to know, like, are you picking up some lessons here that are going to help you go forward and make message cards and designs? By the way, shout out to the community. I started doing product teardowns in 2020, believe it or not. And the teardowns I was doing back then were a mess. And I'm not even kidding. Like, I can really tell that you are consuming the information that we're putting out. You're putting it into practice, and you're learning from it. Back in 2020, I was getting all kinds of crazy stuff. I was getting, people were trying to sell forever love to like with a phrase that was like to little girls that had like a fairy in the back. I mean, it was a mess in 2020. And now it's like every single one of these is more or less on point. Like, I mean, there's some things that need to be changed, but it's not like just crazy with grammatical issues and niches that clash really hard and things like that. So seriously, give yourselves a pat on the back. Great job. Great job. Okay, let's do this. We're going to do this one and one more. We're going to make them quick. To my gorgeous girlfriend, if love was liquid, if love was wine, the love you what? Okay. Whoops. I think it's just supposed to be this and then the okay. Yep. And notice too, I said this is wind and I said wine. It's because my brain was primed by liquid here. All right, let's go. Okay, so if love was liquid, the love you show to me is like an ocean. Okay. If love was wind, the love I have for you is like a storm. When we get together, we make the perfect hurricane of emotions. You're my other half. I love you. Okay. Okay. Give me your thoughts in the chat. To my gorgeous girlfriend, if love was liquid, the love you show to me is like an ocean. If love was wind, the love I have for you is like a storm. When we get together, we make the perfect hurricane of emotions. You are my other half. I love you. Keep it constructive. You know, someone says, who wants a hurricane of emotions? So this is something that I'm kind of, do you associate positive or negative emotions with storms and with hurricanes? Positive or negative? I think I get what the person that wrote this is trying to do. Like they're trying to tap into passion, but I'm not sure these are the appropriate metaphors, right? It's hard to read and understand. It's choppy. I like the fonts. The fonts do work. Yep, I think I agree with that. The fonts work. I actually kind of like the yellow background. I don't really have a problem with it. I don't know how well the yellow background goes with something like storm and hurricane, but and ocean, but whatever. Um, it doesn't all have to jive and make total sense. People buy it, they buy it. That's what matters. The phrase is good. I'm just not sure. Test the phrase, but the phrase needs a little bit of work for me. The phrase feels confusing. Yeah, me too. Little confused to read because of the way it's written. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Just not working. I like the idea of the phrase, but it's not flowing. Yeah, I kind of agree with this statement. I see what the individual is trying to do. The phrase itself doesn't flow, but also the metaphors need to be tied together somehow. And for some reason, I don't know what it is exactly. Something in here is just not. If love was a liquid, the love you show to me is like an ocean. If love was the wind, the love I have for you is like a storm. So you got storm, you got like wind and liquid, storm and ocean. When we get together, we make the perfect hurricane of emotions. You are my other half. The issue is like this part, I think. I don't, again, I think the user trying to tap into passion, but what I'm seeing is violence, destruction. Um, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing negative power in a hurricane and in a storm, by the way. um, like keep in mind, like a storm is not rain, right? Like rain is neutral. It could be good or bad. It's bad if it causes a flood. It's great if it's watering the land. You know what I mean? Ocean, ocean is also neutral, right? It's bad if you're stranded in it. It's pretty dang good though if you're like kicked up on the beach, watching a sunset. I cannot think of a situation where a hurricane is good. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's what I think I'm kind of struggling with here a little bit. Okay, title looks off. I think the title. So here there is something weird going on with the title. First of all, you've got the 1G, which is kind of clever because it's for gorgeous and girlfriend, right? It's kind of clever. I don't have a huge problem with trying to be clever like that. This font though, like, is that this font? I don't know. I would still test this one. Um, it's not like so glaringly off that I would ask that to change. You definitely need to work on the phrase though. I think I don't. If you test this, I don't think this phrase is going to do much because it's confusing, and a confused mind's going to say no every time. Hurricane's negative to me. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Made me say ouch. Yeah, it's funny because some people loved it and some people didn't. Hurricane Gilbert. First of all, the name checks out. That's amazing. Destructive love. You're right. This is Yeah. I see where you're going with that. Not bad. Maybe rewrite it a bit. Yeah, I think I agree. I don't think I'd scrap it entirely. I think I'd just try to rewrite it. C, not liquid. Yeah. Well, think of this. If love was like if love was the sea, the love you show to me is like an ocean. I'm not sure that one would work. You know, Michael, the answer is blowing in the wind. Uh, Water instead of liquid. Yeah, maybe that would work. If love was water. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. If love was water, would be much better. Because like this is an element. It's like this. If love was liquid, the love you show to me is like an ocean. If love was a gas, the love I have, well, no, even that doesn't work. Anyway, yeah, I totally agree with that. It should say water there. All right. Okay. I think we did I say I was gonna do one more? I think we've about kind of hit this one pretty good. We're going to do this one's going to be very, very quick. Very quick on this one. We're going to wrap up. All right. To my daughter, never forget that I love you and I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. You know you can share anything with me. I'm always here to listen to your worries. When life tries to knock you down and you feel all alone, just look at the spaces between your fingers and remember that's where my fingers fit perfectly. Love, Dad. All right, this one's all you. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Never forget that I love you. I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. You know you can share anything with me. I'm always here to listen to your worries. When life tries to knock you down and you feel all alone, just look at the spaces between your fingers and remember that's where my fingers fit perfectly. Image is too specific. Yeah, it could be because the problem is with this image, you box the daughter into being like a child. Yeah, so that could be a problem. Too busy. Um, I don't know that I'm really feeling that. Are we okay with the product? Be curious to know what you guys think of the product. Two separate messages here. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. Like this is not quite congruent with this. Agree with that. Too long, no rhymes. Yeah, especially if you're going with something long, it needs to flow. You need to have some rhymes. Like somehow you need to keep people moving through the phrase. That's important. Love letter style could be shortened. I agree with that. Not congruent. Yep. Long. People have short attention spans. Love the design though. I do like the background. I think this is one of the standard backgrounds I believe we offer everybody. I think you can download that right out of Canto somewhere. A lot of text. Yep. Overall, nice message. Ending's a little weird. Might be too long. Yeah. I don't know that this is going to move. Uh, I don't know. This emotionally, I'm not sure it's going to have quite the impact we need it to have to trigger an impulse buy. Probably better for a mom to a daughter. Yes, I agree. Typically, um, well, I don't know. I don't want to box anybody in or generalize too much, but I just typically I think of if a daughter is going to have a confidant, I would think typically it's going to be the mom in the family. So I kind of agree with where this person's going here. Too long. Pin itself a little odd over dad's head. Yeah, this I agree with that. You probably need a little more spacing right there. It touches and it makes it look busy because it touches. So I agree with that. Kern. I'm not sure what kern means there. Necklace great for the niche. Yeah, I actually am okay with the product. I agree with that. Product is okay, I think. Sans serif would be better. I'm so mixed up now. I can't remember which one has feet and which one doesn't. I assume sans serif is without feet. Look, I'm kind of okay with this, but you could try it without the serif font. I mean, here's the thing, guys. When I look at this, um, I'm drawn to the phrase because there's not much else to look at, which is a good thing. If there's anything here that feels a little weird to my eye, it's kind of like this space up here that's just kind of like empty. But I don't know that. I don't know. That's such a huge deal. I agree that I think the clip art down here, like you're going to box in the age of the daughter, which is going to really narrow down your target audience quite a bit. I do agree that the phrase could be tested for moms for sure. In fact, I think you even have an angle where make this like a purple or a yellow or some other kind of festive type color. It's a little more feminine, and then do it from mom. Um, I'm not sure. I'd probably get rid of the clip art and use some flowers or I don't know, flowers, maybe not. Uh, I'd probably get rid of the clip art and try something else for the design aesthetic and rewrite the phrase, and you might be onto something there. Okay. Coffee sans cream. Coffee without cream. Ah, see what you did there. Hopefully I will remember this going forward. Very nice. Okay, everybody. I think we're going to wrap this up. Was this helpful? What the heck? Somebody spam in the chat. Here's a good one. Hang on. 3 dots, block user. See ya. Hasta la vista. All right. Okay. Let's move to wrap this up. Was this helpful? Was this helpful? If you are new in particular, I'd like to know if you found this helpful. The phrase is literally everything, guys. It really is. You need to make sure you're spending plenty of time dialing in your phrases. The phrase literally makes the difference between a winning product and a losing product. A winning campaign and a losing campaign. I'm not kidding. If there's anything you spend time on, that you want to focus on, that you want to become a master at, it is without a doubt learning how to create a winning product. In our case, it almost always comes down to the phrase. If I had one skill, like there was a genie in front of me and he said, you have one wish, and the wish has to be related to print on demand and digital marketing and making money online, right? So lots of constraints. What would your wish be? And I'd say, I'd want to understand all of the intricacies. I'd want to be an absolute master at creating winning products. That is the one thing I would ask for, because it's not the Facebook ads. It's not how to write copy. It's not how to create a store with all these conversion elements. All of that's important. But if you get this right, this is the one thing everything else gets built on. This is the one thing you have to get right if you want to make money in this business. Okay. All right. I think I'm making my point. Okay. Thank you. I'm happy that this was helpful. All CDMs were helpful. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeppy sans fuzz. Sayonara, baby. Very helpful. Very helpful. Yes. Thumbs up. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. Love these. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. If you like what we do here every single week, tell your friends. In the dashboard, you go to referrals. Analytics, referrals. You have a special referral link here. You have to have 100 sales in order to get access to this. Share it with your friends. If they sign up and they make a sale, you get some money every time they do. Here's all of our social media stuff. If you're watching this, please pause it. Go check us out. Tammy and Brooke are constantly putting out like funny kind of branding videos and things like that on the Facebook page, Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. Believe it or not. Go check all of that out. If you're on YouTube, you got to come join the Facebook group. It's an amazing place to be. If you're in Facebook, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you never miss anything. And if you're new, it's the first time you ever seen something like this, you can start selling ShineOn products today at ShineOn.com. It takes like 60 seconds to sign up, and your life will be different. If you sign up for ShineOn.com today, it's the first time you've ever done it. I promise you, your life will be different after this. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate you. Hope you have an amazing week. And until next time, happy selling, everybody. Peace.